Welcome to another episode of the Grapevine podcast. I'm your host, Shell. I've got a great episode ahead for you today. So I'm going to introduce my guest. She is an author and she's joined me today. It's been a long time coming actually, but she's joined me today, Miss Jenna Bryan.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
We met up in February, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
You came and supported our live show, and at that time we were speaking and you were so excited because you were saying, I've got this book,
Yeah.
it's going to be coming out.
Yeah.
And you was like, can I come on the pod? And I was like, yes, come on the pod, come and bring it on. But obviously time has gone so quick.
So quick.
This year has flown.
It's a joke.
Yeah, so it was like literally, we needed to bring you in to kind of talk about this book because it's not every day you meet an author. I feel like we've interviewed one other author so far on the Grapevine and it was like a kid's book.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm excited for this because it looks a little different.
Yeah, it's definitely not a kid's book though.
Isn't it? X-rated 18.
Just a little bit.
Yes, let's take a little time out to appreciate my sponsor, Candy Curls. You can make your purchases online at www.candycurls.com and use the Grapevine 15 discount code. So go get it, guys. I'm going to actually give the Grapeviners a chance to kind of get to know you a little bit better, just as your normal self, Jenna. So we're going to go with shower or bath.
I like both, but I just don't get enough time to have a bath.
I know.
As regularly
This
as I
is
would
it.
love to. So it's shower, I guess.
Okay. Brandy or Monica? Because they're on tour at the moment and I'm seeing them do their concerts at the moment.
Oh, that's a hard one.
It is.
You can't ask me that.
No, I don't think it is actually. I'm going to go back on that. It's not.
Really?
No, I feel like Brandy wins every time.
Oh, I do like Monica as well.
I know.
Monica.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I would definitely say Brandy.
Would you? I do love Brandy.
Yeah.
She's great.
I feel like Monica had, like there was a breakup album that she had where she did with Missy.
Yes.
That album definitely got me.
Fire, yeah.
But I feel like Brandy just has so many hits.
She's got lots of hits.
I feel like Monica's more the ballad queen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. Monica. Jodeci or Blackstreet?
Jodeci.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. This is a good one. Genuine or Lloyd? Because they're both showing up on camera with their bad dance moves.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like Lloyd is the better dancer.
Yeah, he is. Back in the day, Genuine.
Yes.
100%.
Right now?
I love me some Genuine. Right now, I mean, Lloyd hasn't really made any new music, has he?
He hasn't, no.
No, I do love Lloyd.
But he's been touring a lot.
Great. He has been touring.
Yeah.
I've seen him. He's great. I'd say now Lloyd, back in the day.
Yeah, I think he's got a little bit of, there's something about him now. Like I think he's matured into Lloyd. So
yeah, and I
he
love his sound. I love his voice.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Lloyd won that one, yeah?
Yeah.
So we'll go for Prince or Michael.
Michael.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, the king of pop. I hear you on that one. Nicki or Cardi?
Ooh. Nicki or Cardi? I like them both. Nicki's just something about Nicki. She's just I love Nicki though.
Really? I can't stand Nicki.
Really?
Cannot stand her.
There's some stuff going on about her in the media at the moment, isn't there?
Yeah,
I try not to get to.
I think both of them have, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. I do like Cardi, but I'm going to say Nicki Minaj.
Gonna go Nicki?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with solo dates or couple dates.
When you say solo, you mean on your
like,
own?
Yeah. A nice solo date,
Or
take yourself out, nice coffee, you time, or do you prefer a date with somebody you might have just met or a significant other?
I think they're both equally great, but I'm trying to do more solo dating at the moment. So for that reason, I'll say
give it 15
dates.
years ago. We couldn't even have said solo dating. They'd be like, what?
What are you doing? Yeah, you crazy.
You mean you just get up and you get dressed and you go out by yourself? That sounds like you need locking up.
It's great. It's amazing. Yeah, I really want to do more of it.
Yeah,
so,
but you have been doing it.
I have been doing it, yeah.
The kids. It is a nice little thing. Tea or coffee? Really? Coffee girl?
Yeah, I like
you
tea.
need it for the book writing.
I like tea. Yeah,
Staying up.
Oh my goodness. I had, a lot of coffee got me through that.
And I think my last one's going to be rice or peas or jollof.
Rice and peas.
Yeah, rice and peas, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it
100%.
Sunday, so yeah, definitely rice and peas. Tell them a little bit about your book, Jenna. because I love the packaging. It is really nice.
Thank you.
Kissed by the Spring Snowflake.
That's the title. So, God, where do I start? I think I'll sort of take it back to my sort of journey with writing and where that stemmed from. I've always loved writing.
Yeah.
It became apparent to me from a young age. At school, basically, English was always my favourite subject. I was just so enthralled with, like, you know, reading stories, dissecting them, understanding sort of like character motivation, seeing how a story comes to an end. Like, I really enjoyed that geeky stuff. All my friends thought I was weird, but it's just what I love, basically. And yeah, my love of writing, it followed me into college. I did English Lang and Lit at college. And then at uni, you know, when you're trying to decide, right, what course do we take? You've got to major in one. And it just hit me like creative writing. It had to be, even though I knew like all my friends were doing like psychology degrees, business study degrees, law, you know, degrees that are gonna like take you into a catapult you into a surefire path. And I had no idea where creative writing would take me, but I didn't care. I just knew that I really loved writing and wanted to learn more and, you know, expand my skills even more. And so, yeah, I did the course, loved the course, and then the course just got chucked to the side when I became a mum. I had my daughter shortly after leaving uni. Yeah. And if anyone who's a parent knows that your dreams and your goals just get cast aside.
Shifted to one side.
They did. And so writing just became something that I kind of had to wave goodbye to, and obviously making money becomes the focus, you know.
It happens, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I just fell into like, you know, a sales role. And yeah, that was me up until literally about a couple of years ago when, being completely transparent, I hit a period of depression just because I felt like I wasn't fulfilled in what I was actually doing.
Do you think that's because you've put everything that you wanted to do in life to one side?
Absolutely.
And just not fixated yourself on it? I felt this void
and I couldn't understand what it was, because I was actually doing something that I was running my own recruitment company at that point, you know, and making a profit and everything. And, you know, before that, I would have thought that, you know, money was the goal, and you know, money was, you know, the ultimate. But so when I sort of reached that point and I still felt a void, it was really crippling, to be honest. So I kind of went into myself, did a bit of soul searching, asked myself, Jenna, what is it then? If it's not this, what do you want to do? What, you know, what's missing? And just out of nowhere, one day it hit me like a slap in the face: write a book.
Really?
Yeah.
A whole book, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you're not doing anything half-heartedly.
No. Yeah, I literally threw myself in at the deep end. I was just like, just write a book, challenge yourself. Yeah. I thought, you know, you're kind of at a low point, you know, the only way is up from here.
That must be therapeutic, though.
It absolutely was. Yeah, it was therapeutic. You know, see how it goes. I'd not done it before. I'd started writing over the years, but never completed anything. So I really wanted to give myself that push and just start to finish, you know, where you've got, you know, a middle, you know, the plot twist, and then bringing it to an end. I really wanted to see if I could do it. Yeah. And that was my drive. That was my
I mean, there's a lot of tools these days that makes writing books a lot easier than it would have been back in the day. Like, I remember typewriters. Do you know what I mean?
My dad had one of those.
But writing a book these days is a lot easier because you have like Amazon tools and stuff like that. So I've seen a lot of people who you wouldn't have thought would write a book, and they'd be like, I got a book on Amazon selling, blah, 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 blah. I'm
exactly.
Like, okay.
Exactly. It's very easy. Yeah. Well,
it's easier.
Should I say. Yeah. To obviously, you know, write your work and publish it. You've got Substack as well. Yeah. That's another sort of writing platform where you can publish your work as well. So yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So where did your journey start in regards to writing? Did you have like a mentor or somebody you would go to kind of point you in the right direction with how you're structuring your book?
No.
No.
Oh, fully cold turkey. It was just me, really? my laptop, my desk, and my thoughts.
Gosh, that's crazy. Your book, is it fictional or is it true to your life or true to people that you know around you?
So it's definitely a fictional book. It's fiction. I would say that it's you know, I've written for, I think it's fair to say that a lot of writers and creators, they create from experience. Yeah. So there's certainly some parallels in the story, I would say, between myself and, you know, maybe the main character. And like I've incorporated maybe some of my own lived experiences. However, I must stress that it is a fiction novel. It's not a memoir or anything like that. You know, I haven't sort of, you know, use real life situations, you know, to the T. They've been fabricated, they've been embellished. You know what I mean? Fiction. It's definitely a fiction novel. Yeah.
So give the Grapeviners a rundown of what this actual book is about.
So this is the question that I always trip up on.
Really,
and you'd
why?
think that I'd be well rehearsed in it.
You were like,
now.
yeah.
Because do you know what? It's not a story that I would say falls into a specific category or genre. If I was to pick a genre, I'd say like contemporary fiction.
Yeah.
That sort of space, but there's so many different themes that I've incorporated in there.
Yeah.
You know, there's kind of like there is a romance trope, but alongside that you've got a motherhood, childhood theme in there. You've got friendship. It touches on the effects of unresolved traumas, childhood abuse. The grandchild dynamic.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And so for that reason, I find it really hard to just say, you know, it's a romance novel.
Yeah.
It's a, you know, a fantasy or a thriller. It isn't. It's
a
kind
bit
of
of
just
everything.
Yeah, it's a bit of everything.
You've got a main character though called Carla.
Carla Jane.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
so that's who we're following throughout the whole book.
Yes, we're following Carla Jane. So she is a single mum, and we begin she's just coming out of a relationship, a long-term relationship with her ex-partner. And she's kind of just at a point where she's, I think, finding herself again, rediscovering herself.
Yeah.
She meets the main male character sort of pretty early on in the story, and he kind of takes her on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
And I don't want to obviously give away too much, but there is like a catalyst there with the two of them as well.
Okay.
That triggers sort of like the main plot of the story, I would say.
Yeah.
And then, we've just we kind of approach and deal with her own traumas, things that she's had to overcome, things that she's experienced. The story alternates between the present day and the past.
Yeah.
So we dart back and forth between.
How the hell do you remember what the hell you're writing?
Honestly, it is such.
I would confuse myself.
It really is. Like, you know, you have to be careful not to sort of stumble upon plot holes.
Yeah.
And trip up on yourself.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I lost so much sleep. Because literally the amount of nights I was up, honestly, and you think you've covered something, and then you're like, shit,
I need to go back, write the back.
Yeah, and when you change something, you've got to go and change something else. There's so many ripple effects. It's a lot. I mean, authors out there will know it is no easy task.
Was nighttime your best time to
when
create?
the kids have gone to sleep, it's just the world's quiet. I can just get in my vibe and just write.
I love it. I do love it. I don't know how you've done it, because I feel like book writing is one of the hardest things ever, because it's patience.
It is.
And if you haven't got the patience, and I feel like the guidance, because when you're saying you've done that on your own, I'm like, how the hell have you structured that and kind of known, when does my chapter stop? When does it start? When do I go back in the past and forward? And it's just crazy. And then you have to have the right grammar and everything as well, which again is a big thing.
It is a big thing. So, you know, you write the first draft initially, which is just the skeleton of the story. You need to sort of just get down, I guess, essentially the plot, what's happening. And once you've done that, you know, that's just the beginning. Now you've got to beef it up. You've got to add the skin, the meat, the flesh. And that's all the editing, like you say, the grammar, the proofreading. I mean, that's a task in itself.
I can imagine.
Yeah, exactly. And then when you're doing that, sometimes you go back and you change the plot a little bit. If you know, it's a lot of back and forth. It really put me through my paces, I'll be honest with you.
Imagine.
At times I thought to myself, Jenna, what are you doing? Like, really? You know, are you sure? Did you maybe bite off more than you could chew here? But no, I like a challenge. And one thing about me is that if I set my mind to it, I've got to do it. I've got to do it.
So did it help solve some of the issues that you was going through at the time?
Yes, I found writing the story to be, like you mentioned earlier, therapeutic for me. And as I mentioned before, you know, there are some parallels in the story, not sort of like completely identical, but I found that, you know, some like unresolved issues in my own past, I was able to, in writing about the story, I was able to kind of, you know, come to peace with them, if that makes sense. It's hard to explain.
So it's like getting counselling without the counsel.
Like absolutely. Like the writing was my counselling, you know, and kind of weaving it into a fictional story. In a way, it was a way for me to kind of live it out again and maybe write some of those solutions into the plot as though I was living that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was.
What about the parts that you had like that you're trying to add in there to give it something like twisty that you're not experienced with?
Yeah. So that,
did you research it?
that just came purely from imagination.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So the saucy bits.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagination.
Yeah. Yeah, I just thought, you know what, this was my blank canvas.
Yeah.
You know, it was something brand new that I was doing. I just didn't want to hold back.
Yeah.
I wanted to be authentically me. I didn't want to sort of water myself down. You know, thoughts did cross my mind. I thought to myself,
is this too much?
You know, people are going to read this story and, you know, how are you going to look them in the face? But I just thought, you know what, it's art.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know, art is, you know, wide, you know, very vast. You can do what you want with it.
So have you given it to your family members and friends to read, or have they read it and not told you and then come back and gave you a little bit of a review?
I've had some comments. I've had some feedback. Yeah.
Come on, share.
Yeah. I'm like covering my eyes when they come back to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that initial kind of, you know, that initial shock, exactly, and just sort of dealing with that initial kind of a little bit of maybe embarrassment. But once you get over that, you know, I've had some, you know, really great comments and feedback about the, you know, the story altogether, and you know, I'm really proud of myself, to be honest with you, because like I say, it was tough.
Yeah,
really tough.
No, you should be, because I think it's amazing that you found something that you're passionate about, and even though you might have lost that in your younger self, you've kind of gone back to it, realised that you needed to, because I feel like a lot of people struggle with realising what their true passion is, or you can completely forget what was going on, because when we're growing up, especially because I was a young mum, I had my first son at 16, and I know I had like wishes and dreams and aspirations, but you do 100% forget. As soon as you get into life, you start earning money, you're paying bills, motherhood. You get stuck into motherhood, everything just goes out the door. So your body definitely triggered you and said, yep, no more of this, you need to find yourself. But as I know, I went on for way longer, way longer.
You know what, it doesn't matter when, you know, it happens. You know, the main thing is that you came back to it, and we do come back to it, and I hope that, you know, I can serve as an inspiration to people who, maybe similar to myself, had kids young or whatever the circumstances are, and had to kind of wave goodbye to their dreams. It's never too late to follow your dreams, you know.
No, it's not.
You know, and we can't let, you know, time sort of be a hindrance and think, oh, because time has passed.
You
time's
can't do it.
pass
or
anyway.
Age.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people take age and, I'm too old to do this, or I should have done this long time ago.
It's the age that makes you come back better.
There you go.
In my opinion,
there
you know, you gain wisdom, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And experience that you wouldn't have in your.
You might not have been able to write a book in your younger self.
Oh, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Not this book anyway. Yeah, exactly.
The patience and the experience. Will there be a part 2, or is this just?
I have considered if I would write a sequel. I haven't decided yet. I've got a loose kind of idea about if I were to do that, what it would be based on. I think I'd base the sequel on the main male character story. So
it hasn't ended in a way that you can't?
Yeah, I don't think so. No. I think I could play around with it and bring it back to life if I really wanted to. But I haven't 100% decided that yet. And I guess that can come at any point.
So did you purposely leave a cliffhanger at the end? Or?
Yeah. Just for myself, for the reader.
To put yourself back through it.
Yeah, for the reading experience, but also for myself, just to say, you know, if I wanted to give myself another challenge, why not, you know? But I certainly am going to keep writing regardless. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, the whole experience, as tough as it was so rewarding and so fulfilling.
I can see it. I can see it in your eyes. You can tell it's definitely giving you something kind of like that you really love and you're passionate about. Yeah. And like I keep saying, people just sometimes can miss that in life. Yeah. And that's what's crazy about it. So I love it. I love the fact that you found it.
Thank you.
If this is this type of book, are you thinking of doing just romance or just sticking to a certain type of genre? Or is there a part of it that you enjoyed writing the most that you're like, actually, I enjoy doing the saucy bits the most. Maybe I can do a whole saucy book. Or I enjoy doing the more, you know, romantic side of it. Do I want to do that side? Like, is there a specific side? Because you've delved into a few.
Yeah, I have. I think I wouldn't mind seeing if I could sort of write a full romance novel. Yeah. So one that kind of, you know, homes in on the romance elements kind of purely. Yeah. And all of the kind of, you know, typical traits that a romance novel comprises. That is another challenge for me because like I say, although there's romance in there, you know, it's definitely surrounded by a number of different themes.
So you're touching on certain
things.
Exactly.
So it's not romance heavy, but you know, I do love romance novels myself. So I'd love to see if I could
probably that would be there. What did it take you to make this book though?
So it took me a year to write it. 12 months. Yeah, and that was intensive. That was me writing every day. I sort of like, you know, held myself accountable and said, right, Jenna, you've got to show up daily, regardless of if that's 50 words or 500 words. Just, yeah, that was my commitment to myself.
Did you get any writer's block at any point?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the time.
How did you overcome it?
Writer's block. I think writer's block is a good thing. It's a way of your body and your mind telling you that you just need some inspiration.
Yeah.
You need to step away, do something different, go outside, be with nature. It sounds cliche, but it really helps. It really does. Watch something on TV, you know, as kind of distracting as that might sound, that can inspire you as well.
Yeah.
Read, of course, reading is the number one way to kind of get inspiration as a writer.
Yeah.
So there's so many things that you can do as writer's block, but just don't sit there and punish yourself thinking, right, I've got to write now. If it happens, just, you know, let it happen and that would be my advice.
Okie dokie. I'm going to delve into a bit of a dilemma. And I want to get your opinion on this dilemma, so you can kind of give the viewers a heads up on what you would do. And then I want y'all to think about what you would do in this situation as well, or, you know, how you'd go about it to give this young lady some advice. So my friend planned this holiday, and at first I was excited. Sun, vibes, memories, all that. But the closer it got to the time, I realised the trip wasn't really about enjoying ourselves. It was about content. Every conversation turned into, wait, don't eat yet. We need a video. We're not going there. It's not aesthetically pleasing. Changing outfits. This one will do. The colours will match. The first thing that really got me was that I said I didn't want to be in a video, and it turned into a problem. I was told I was killing the vibe and that the trip was an opportunity, like I was supposed to be performing on their timeline. I started feeling like a background character in someone else's brand instead of a friend on holiday. What do I need to do? Do I go on holiday with them again? Or do I avoid future holidays with these type of friends?
Avoid.
Really?
Yeah.
Or if they're like your only people that you kind of like hang around with, these are your friends, this is your group, this is your tribe.
Solo holidays.
I hear it.
At least it will be on your own terms. You won't have to worry. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know we live in an age right now where, you know, hosting is just
it is.
thing.
And friendship groups, they seem to, it is all about that, because when you go on, you know, social platforms, you're seeing them do all these little dances, and you know, if it's a wedding, it's this.
Yes.
If it's a birthday, it's that.
Yeah,
and something has to be done.
Some sort of trend to follow. So, you know, I understand that there will be an element of that people will want to engage in when they go on holiday, you know, and things like that. I guess, you know, recording the memories and the experiences, but there's also got to be an element of being present as well.
That's
you
it.
know,
that's
and
true.
I think too much of it is overkill, and I can see where it could just be overwhelming for someone, a bit too much for someone who's paid their money to come out and, you know, enjoy themselves, have a good time.
I wouldn't want to pay my money for that.
Not have to worry about, you know, waiting to eat, waiting to drink some of your drink, like just so that, you know, they've got the right shot, the right angles. I mean, once or twice I can deal with it. If it was constant, that would be too much for me. So I think if that was my experience the first time
constantly
round,
would really pee me off, because like you said, you paid your big money.
Exactly. So I would just have to make an informed decision and decide not to.
Would you tell them like that this was a problem this time, and see like if there was a future one, it's something they could take into consideration?
Yeah, I think so, especially if it's a good friend of mine. I think I'd owe them that much to just explain that, you know, it was just a bit too much for me. I get if that's what you want to do.
I don't think they're going to invite her anyway. If they've seen that she wasn't really feeling the holiday. Because there's been so much on social media lately where we've seen it go really wrong. People have gone on holiday. It's turned into something it shouldn't have. You know, 10 go, 9 come back, or you know, it's just not good. I don't think there's been positive views of friendship holidays.
I know, which is so sad, because I can see how there'll be, you know, such a great, you know, thing to do with your friends. You know, if done the right way, and if you've all got a common goal to just go and have a good time. You know, I think the problem happens where some people have got ulterior motives, and we're not all on the same page, and people don't want to follow itineraries.
They always say if you want to get to know somebody, go on holiday with them,
and that's the same for your friends as well.
It is. I think that gets missed though. that minute detail gets missed, and I think it's only for relationships, but definitely with your friends, because everybody's different and you can't please everybody.
Exactly.
So it's an interesting one. Definitely, I don't think I would entertain it on that level again. I would have to tell them. Depending on if they were open to hearing it, and if they didn't, they just wouldn't see me on a holiday like that again.
Simple. And it doesn't mean like you can't be friends still, you just don't go on holiday.
Exactly. But I feel like equally people have to be mindful that content is not like, you have to be present. And I think there's so many things now that we do, like you go out, go for food, people are taking videos of the food. You go here, people taking videos of this. You're walking on the street, people are just taking videos of them. Like, it's just become that time and age where people don't really live in the moment. And if their way of living in the moment is literally recording it, and if they didn't record it, it didn't happen. So exactly. It can be a bit of overkill. I mean, I know I really take it into consideration, because I will try and do content here and there. But if I'm around people, I'm really mindful, because I just don't want people to think, freaking out, coming out with her, because blah, blah, blah. Because it is something they won't tell you to your face straight away. It's like,
exactly.
Here we go again.
Exactly. I think it's just having a little bit of kind of discretion, isn't it? Like, we all like to take a little pic of the aesthetic of the surroundings,
Definitely.
but it's just, come on, be present as well. You know? So
yes, 2026 people, we need to start being more present in life, like leave the cameras alone a little piece. Before we go, I really want you to give the viewers a little bit of wisdom going forward, even though you have given us some gems today with what you was talking about in regards to your book. But if you could give them just like some words of wisdom, so they can kind of like take it on their Sunday and think about it, because this is what Grapevine's doing. We just want to inform and have some real conversations like this, so people can walk away and say, yeah, man, actually, I wasn't really going to do that, but I heard this today and I thought, yeah, man, let me try a little something. So what kind of advice would you give them?
I think I would draw it back to what I mentioned earlier, really, which is just that I know we live in a kind of time now where, you know, there's kind of like an emphasis on time, and there's everyone's time conscious, and everyone's kind of living up to time frames and thinking, you know, I have to have done this by a certain age, or I had to have done that by a certain age. And you know, it's so untrue. I think we're all on our own unique journeys. We are all on different paths. We all have our own time frames, and we need not compare ourselves to other people. Because as we know, comparison is the thief of joy. You know,
can you repeat that line again,
comparison
please?
Is the thief
I
of
like
joy.
that. I like that.
And it's just really important to just, you know, stand in your truth. Trust that you are where you are for a reason. You know, God has not put you where you are for no reason. You know, he has a plan, and his plan is above everyone's. And you know, if you lost your way along the way, it's never too late to come back to, you know, what you always dreamed of, and, you know, dreams and hopes, and things that you aspired to previously. That would be my biggest advice, and it's worked for me. You know, I'm 37 years old, knocking on 40's door, but that didn't stop me from, you know, completely changing my career, you know, knocking on the head what I'd been doing for the past 12 years, and deciding to write a book and pursuing my role and dream as an author. So if I can do it, you know, anyone can do it, basically. That would be my biggest advice.
Thank you so much. That is going to be helpful to somebody out there. They'll definitely catch on to that. And thank you for joining me. Thank you so much
for having me.
Nice
it's been amazing.
It was really nice having you.
My novel is available to order via all major book retailers. So that's Amazon, WH Smith, Waterstones, wherever.
And you can get the digital like you said, the digital version.
And it's also available as an ebook as well. So for all my ebook lovers. So check it out.
And give them your social media handles as well, please.
So it's at Jenna JB Bryan for Instagram and TikTok.
Lovely. So go add Jenna and go follow her journey, because I feel like this is not the last we're going to hear of her. If you don't know, get to know, you need to go add yourself on the grapevine.podcast Instagram page and TikTok, and go subscribe and all that good stuff to the YouTube as well. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you again for another episode. Bye.